Welcome to the Nascar SpideyDitko Cup Series, race number 21. Welcome to the 100th stop motion race of the SpideyDitko Cup Series. And of course, it is taking place here at the Magic Mile in New Hampshire. Of course, this flat 1 mile racetrack up in the Northeast in New England is the site for race number 21, as things are only picking up, from here. So let's have a look at the race analysis for today's race. It is, of course, a 300-mile race. This is, of course, a 1 mile flat track. 10 laps around this flat track, and Kyle Busch is on the pole. Kyle Busch is looking to redeem himself this season, and he is certainly looking to do it here today. And he, like I said before, he is looking for a little bit of a better run than in than some past races, and he feels like New Hampshire could be a perfect spot for him to get race win number 2 of the season. Will that happen? We're about to find out. The green flag is in the air, and we're racing at the Magic Mile. Busch off to the lead. Truex settles for second as the battle goes on in the mid-pack. Here goes Elliott on to second against Martin Truex. Kyle Busch would lead that lap. And we already have a big crash already. Cole Custer hits the wall hard. And, wow. A lot of the back markers got collected in this one. Wow. I can see there Ryan Newman, Michael McDowell, AJ Allmendinger, Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Preece, Justin Haley. I see Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse, BJ McLeod, I can't tell what that other car is, JJ Yaley, Garrett Smithley, and I think also back there maybe Anthony Alfredo and Joey Gase as well. But wow. A lot of cars taken out of today's race already, and we haven't even completed 2 laps barely here, as the red flag did came out, and it also put us under this really quick yellow. So coming back around, we're only going to have, from here on, we're going to have 5 to go. So we're going to have a little bit of a long stretch, but of course the intensity is ramping up in New Hampshire here today. One thing that is really benefit about this track is the time and place it is on the schedule, and I think certainly that is playing a factor, because a lot of drivers have a lot more room to go around and a lot more room to pass and to do some dive bombs on each other. And while this track isn't a short track, it runs like one. Kyle Busch, with an amazing jump, goes to the lead once again. Elliott falling behind. Oh, Larson getting loose. He's going to lose a few positions here. Kyle Busch getting a whole lot of Chase Elliott in his rear view mirror. Here comes Brad Keselowski, make his way up to the front. And oh, Denny Hamlin gets into the wall there. Elliott right on the bumper of Kyle Busch. Brad Keselowski is going to overdrive the corner. Both of them, the 2 leaders, hard into the wall. And Truex takes the lead here in New Hampshire. And my goodness. I have no idea if Brad Keselowski lost his brakes right there or what. And we are actually getting word that, yeah, Brad lost his brakes. He was going really fast in that corner. And, man, that was a hard hit for both of those drivers. And Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott had basically, they couldn't do nothing. Nothing at all. And Truex and Bell slips on by. Well, we're up to this moment here now. That completely killed that run, as now we're going to have a green-white checkered right here. Of course, if you don't know how green-white checkers work, the green and the white flag will be waved, and if possible, the next flag will be the checkered. Now, of course, the difference between green, white, checkered is that it's just a one-lap shootout. This is not overtime, so that's something very important to mention. And quite frankly, there hasn't really been an overtime restart in quite a bit. It's amazing how a lot of these races crunch down to just a one-lap shootout. But here we go. Green, white, and checkered. Martin Truex Jr. running away with the win. Christopher Bell is not going to be able to sweep the weekend. Martin Truex Jr. gets his first win of the season, and Joey Logano is going to absolutely just put Denny Hamlin into the wall there. Okay, well, that was unnecessary there, but wow. So, Martin Truex Jr. finally gets the first win number 1 of the season. And yeah, I mean, wow. Truex, basically, he kind of did not much. He didn't really do much here today. While, admittedly, during practice and also during qualifying, he was the fastest car, but one of the fastest cars. But, of course, Kyle Busch came up and just stopped Truex from being so fast. And, of course, Kyle Busch was able to get the pole. However, though, Kyle Busch does not even get to finish the race, and Truex took that opportunity and won it. So, yeah, the auto owners Toyota goes to victory lane. Joe Gibbs Racing sweeps the weekend. Yesterday, the one with Christopher Bell in the Xfinity Series. And Joe Gibbs Racing is having a really good season. All further Cup cars have won. Kyle Busch has, won a lot of Xfinity races, 5. Ty Gibbs is certainly putting on a clinic. And it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the 54 drivers perform. But looking here at your race results, second is Christopher Bell. Then is Kurt Busch, who has been basically in the top 5 all day. Kyle Larson, able to get up to the top 5 here today. That rounds it up. And then Josh Berry also getting, he wraps up the top 5. Then is Tyler Reddick, 6th. Bowman, 7th. Ryan Blaney, 8th. Almirola, 9th. Really good run for him. Christopher Buescher, 10th. And then it is Matt DiBenedetto, Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick. William Byron does not really have a good run here today. And Ross Chastain, Chase Briscoe, and Eric Jones wraps up the running order. And, of course, some of the drivers did not finish the race, notably, of course, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, and then, of course, Brad Keselowski, and Kyle Busch. DNFs here today in New Hampshire. So, wow, what a very crazy and thrilling 100th race. So, we thank you for watching today's race in New Hampshire, and when we come back, we are going from the Northeast, a little bit down, to Pennsylvania, to the Pocono Mountains. Stay tuned.